Right, so today we're going to be looking at these things called events and emitting events, and what they're useful for is they're pretty good at basically when dealing with functions in JavaScript. If you've got a withdraw money function, for example, and you try to return a value, you won't be able to read it. It's not going to be outputted. So I'll show you an example of what I mean. Now, I just want to say that if you've got a very simple function like this here, which literally its only sole intention is to return a number or a value, an integer string, whatever, then it will come up in the decoded output. However, obviously, you're never going to make a function like that, which is of any use. So I'll show you what I mean by this. If we deploy the function, it'll take time. Of course, we've got to do it through, this is what I do just want to note, this is specifically with Web3. If you do it in the JavaScript virtual machine, then it still returns it, but that's because the machine isn't completely accurate. Web3, we're using the Ethereum testnet, which works in the same way as the mainnet. So when deploying contracts, the best way to check it, how it will go in the mainnet, is obviously, of course, on a testnet. So we'll deploy the contract. It's going to take a while because it needs to be mined. I've just done it twice, but yeah, I'm going to pause the video and start again when it's been completely mined. Okay, so now that the contract's been deployed, we can send some money to it. So we'll send $500 Finny. Pay for the gas fees, of course. Right, so there we go. This is this is irrelevant. This is the send transaction block. So if we withdraw it now, withdraw it to, as always, copy and paste the other address quick. So withdraw it, more gas fees. And as you can see in the decoded output for the withdraw function, which is from here, it says in the decoded output, it doesn't say anything, doesn't give us any sort of true, any sort of return value, even though we've coded it to return a value. So the way that we fix that is by using events, and I'll show you that now. Now, a way that we can get around that is by using these things called events. So to do that, we use the keyword event to declare that that we're going to be using an event. And let's call the event receive transaction. So that's going to take a Boolean, which we'll call success, because it'll either be true or false. And it's also going to take a uint, which we'll just call the amount. So now if we delete this old code, we'll delete that, we don't need that. Now we can emit this event. So again, we use the word emit, which basically means just show it, console log kind of. So emit receipt tx, and the Boolean is going to be true, because if we've transferred it, of course it's been true. And the uint will be the money sent to contract as well, which is the money sent to contract is obviously how much money one of the accounts has sent to the contract. Then we set the money sent to contract to 0. Let's save all this. What's going on over here? Expected. So yeah, let's deploy this one now. Alright, so the contract has been deployed. Let's send 500 Finny. Remix seems to be really buggy recently. 500 Finny, send that to the contract. Yeah, okay. Cool, so that's been done. Let's withdraw it to the address now. Come on. All right, so let's see what gets outputted over here now. As you can see in the logs section, decoded output is still nothing, but logs, which is like a new parameter. So now we've got the success is true and the amount is that amount in way. So yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously with this here, you can then do more stuff. Once you've got the data there, it's pretty useful. To be fair, I don't actually know what more stuff you can do, but I'm sure there is a lot of good useful things. But yeah, there's pretty much it for events. And yeah, I hope you learned something new from that. Yeah, I'm sure these will come in handy.